Don't ask until you've done the work to ask for forgiveness, because you're not getting your fingerprints off of anybody if you ask for forgiveness, but you're not really going through with it. You feel me? Hey guys. Hey ladies. Okay, so I know you guys are probably wondering why I am dressed in a bathing suit. Where am I going? I decided that I wanted to surprise my daughter today and take them to the beach. I'm going to pick them up early from school, just about an hour early, and we're going to head out to the beach. I am that mother. Yes, I am. I do feel like my children need a break to unplug as well, so I will pick them up from school every once in a while and just surprise them and take them somewhere. Um, so that's what I'm doing today. And I thank you all for coming and sharing another day with me on the Queen's Corner. I said, I'm moving quickly. I am, but I was not going to leave here until I gave you guys a video. So even if it's cut short or maybe some editing, some other stuff added, I don't know, I'm going to get to it today. I'm going to get this video done. So welcome to the Queen's Corner. I am your good girlfriend, Shanelle Sara'Nita. And this is a place where womanhood is golden. I am here to have an experience with you. We are going to delve deep into our self-love, our self-preservation, and our self-value. And we're also given all glory. I want you to desire to become the best, higher being of yourself. And while we're on this journey, we're going to heal from our past and we're going to thrive into our future. That is the goal, girl. So again, I thank you all for coming. I have a few drinks over here today. I'm drinking a kombucha today, and they're not. Wait a minute, because they're not sponsoring me. But I love kombucha. Excuse me. Um, Keep things clean, you know. So a few things. Um, you guys know we're still in our segment of healing. Is healing? Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Okay, focus. There it is. Sorry. Healing is the I lost my train of thought. Healing is the trend right now, but are you really doing the work though? Since we've been working on this and we've been talking and we're moving through this segment of healing is the trend, but are you doing the work though? Are you doing the work? Because I'm here and I'm doing my part and I want y'all to do y'all part. Make sure that you are actually doing the work. I had somebody send something to me about shadow work and how shadow work is not healing. It's witchcraft. And I'm going off topic for a second, but it threw me back. It really did. And I was just like, no, it's not. Shadow work is witchcraft and it opens portals to demonic spirits. If it's opening portals to demonic spirits, there may be some demonic spirits in you that you need to get up out of you. So you need to pray that out of you. And then you do need to do the shadow work because you need to understand where this stuff is coming from. So shadow work is for you to delve deep into who you are and find the things about you that you do not like. We all have dark spaces. We all have things that we would like to change in ourselves. And you need to know why you need to change these things. What are these things that trigger you, that make you tick? If you're having certain thoughts, why? So you may need to dig deep into that and find out what's going on and how you could change it. It's also a part of psychotherapy as well. So shadow work is for you to delve deep once again into those repressed areas that you are hiding so that you could become your better self, so that you can remove those things and be who you are. Because we may you may have things about yourself that you are hiding from other people, but until you have an understanding of what they are, you can't even work on them or fix them. So I don't allow people to come into my space and and dictate or tell me what something is, because I do my research. I do my research and I also take time for me. Okay. So with that said, I just wanted to clear that up. So the segment of today was supposed to be learned patterns from your parents. But again, I feel like it's time for me to wrap this up. Summing it all up is basically what we're doing. We're going to talk about forgiving yourself and forgiving others. So I know that we talked about forgiving others, but we also need to talk about forgiving yourself, because none of us are angels. Okay, we have all hurt somebody. We have all hurt somebody, and sometimes your heartache has a lot to do with you not forgiving yourself for things that you may have done in your past, or for someone you may have hurt in your past. You can ask that person for forgiveness, and I truly believe in asking for forgiveness, um, because I believe in taking your fingerprints off of people. Once you've asked for forgiveness and you've asked for forgiveness from the heart, that is what's important. I went to One Church LA on Sunday, and I don't go to church as often as I used to, but I still go when I go. And churches, again, it's another form of me learning thyself, learning and understanding where God has me, and knowledge, wisdom, all of those things, and then giving glory, of course, giving back to God, of course. Um, and so when I went to church this weekend, oh gosh, they were talking. Oh my gosh, David and I cannot remember his name off the top of my head, but it's crazy because I heard the story twice in a week. And David had killed many people. He was after it wasn't Solomon. I cannot remember his name. But the other man that he was after, they was beefing. Let me just keep this where I can keep it. They was beefing. Okay. They was beefing, and the other guy was coming after him, coming after David. I mean, he was sending wars like, I'm gonna take your head off. Period. That's it. We're not about to play about this, nothing. I read, it's crazy because I read it right after. I know I have it around here somewhere. But I read it when I got home. And David was had gotten to a place where he didn't want to fight anymore. He had already killed and hurt so many different people. And he asked God for forgiveness, and he wanted to repent. And the other guy, he was going to repent as well. He did, but it wasn't from the heart. And although David had killed way more people than this other guy, David asked to be he asked for forgiveness from the heart. And so God accepted his repenting, I guess, I don't know, forgiveness. He accepted it. And that resonated with me so much, because a lot of the times people apologize, but they really don't mean it. They'll apologize for something that they've done, and then they'll turn right back around and do it again. Or they'll apologize and then they'll go talk bad about you. Or they'll apologize and um, make you feel like, oh, but this is what you did to me. We all have done it. I know I have. That I don't do a lot of the I apologize and talk about. No, I'm not doing that. However, I felt like this was important because we do this as people all of the time. If you're going to apologize, if you're going to repent, if you're going to ask for forgiveness from someone or from God, mean that thing from the heart. Make that thing real. If it's not real, if you don't feel it in the depths of your soul when you are asking somebody for forgiveness, don't ask. Don't ask until you've done the work to ask for forgiveness, because you're not getting your fingerprints off of anybody if you ask for forgiveness but you're not really going through with it. You feel me? If you ask for forgiveness, but you didn't really, you know what I mean? It's like you're asking just to manipulate somebody into believing that what you're saying is real. So make sure you check yourself before doing something like repenting or asking for forgiveness. Now we fall. We are all human. We fall by the wayside. We fall by the wayside. We may ask for forgiveness and may wind up doing something um, that takes us back. But just check in with that. I did it again. You know what? I didn't. You. It's something that you got to make sure that you're ready for before you do it. Basically, is what I'm saying. So all that to say, hold yourself accountable as well. Understand where you went wrong with people, with your life, with God, whatever that may be for you. Understand where you went wrong and go back and check that, because that's going to make you a better person as well. That makes you a better person as well. Knowing that you are not perfect, none of us are, and that we are going to make mistakes. It is okay. Just fix it.
Hey, Queens. So I know you guys are getting into the episode, but we had to take a quick break and recognize the Queen's Spotlight. So for this week, our Queen Spotlight is Miss Nasra Marie Peterson. She is a life coach, holistic healer, and owner and founder of Heart Mind Fitness Training, based in Los Angeles, California. Heart Mind Fitness Training is a mobile, mindful wellness company that specializes in a variety of coaches, Model T's bodywork, energy healing, and mindfulness practices. As a life coach, Nazra focuses on helping people to develop mental and emotional fitness by identifying the why behind destructive behaviors and integrating their newfound knowledge into a lifestyle of wisdom. This entails helping people confront the harsh truths about their egos and challenging societal norms. If you want to know more about Heart Mind Fitness Training, go to www.heartmindfitnesstraining.com or follow them on Instagram at Heart Mind Fitness Training. Now back to the podcast.
Um, learn patterns. Learn patterns from parents. I think that I think that as people and as parents, we are always supposed to do better than what our parents did. That's the goal. I want my daughters to be better than me. I don't care how great I get. And you know what? If they don't do more than what I've done, I'm not going to hold it against them. But that is the goal, to make them a better person. Not even a better in materialistics or better in anything of that nature, but a better person, because I know where I've slipped and where I've fallen. And my goal for them is to be the best person that you could possibly be, and understand that sometimes you may do wrong and sometimes you may not. Um, one thing that I I make sure that I do, and I'm going to talk about this when I talk about, raising my children and raising kids. But one thing that I do with my girls that I don't feel like I feel like it was a I don't want to say it was a learned behavior, but my mom, I remember one time she sat down and she did a check-in with me and my children. I mean, with me and my brother. And to be honest, she was trying to be nosy. She was trying to find out some stuff about me that never was really what was going on. But I took that and I made check-in a thing for me and my daughters. So like today, when we go to the beach, we're gonna paint. And this is something that I definitely took from my mother. We're gonna paint and we're going to have check-in, because it's about that time for us to talk about how everybody is feeling, what can we change, what can we do better, things like that. One thing that I took from my family for sure, my mom and my dad, was memories. Both of them, um, even though there were some things as a teenager I wasn't involved in, I didn't get involved in, there was always memories, right? We did a lot of, we traveled. My mother, she would take us to do things that I had never, like going to see a hockey game, so I appreciate the memories. Even with my children right now, I watch how, how she is with my children, and I'm gonna mimic that with my grandchildren. I mimic that with my children. Um, so those are like good behaviors. And then some behaviors that I knew that I didn't want to take on were, that, and sometimes I do, and it's a learned behavior, but I'm trying so hard to get rid of it. Is when I'm not in my best space, I find things around the house, or I nitpick, or I I want to say that that's what I do. Is like sometimes I'll nitpick. Sometimes it's like, no, y'all need to clean this house up, take care of what we have, right? But I'm doing my best at not taking my. I have to go sometimes to go in my room or go in a space where I'm not taking my anger out on anybody else, right? That was something that I saw a lot growing up, and it wasn't helpful. And so I think that we have to be careful with and identify with what we don't want to take or give to our children or pass along. But what we don't want to take from our parenting skills that we learned as kids. Like one for me, I would say as far as raising children, children should have an opinion. And I can't even say that's a learned behavior from home, because at home we had a little, just a tad bit, not a lot, not enough, honestly. But um, I make way for my children to have more of an opinion, and for us to have open discussions and conversation. I think that's very important. Um, Being late is a learned behavior. I I grew up where we were always late for stuff, and now I'm learning to value my time a lot better and value other people's time, because that's not fair, right? That's not fair to other people. So those are things that I know for me where I struggle. I'm going to condense this when it comes down to learned behavior, because I think that the bottom line is, what's good, and you know what's good, and you know what's not. You know what's negative, and you know what's positive. Don't take the negative and identify with what's negative, and identify with what's positive. And now we're grown. So that learned behavior, that means that you have to remove yourself. God, thank you for allowing me to have the words to speak today. Realize I didn't go into prayer. But I'm gonna definitely go in prayer when I'm done. um, you're old enough. You're grown. We're grown. I hope everybody else on here. I mean, if not, that's great too. But you know how to identify now. That learned behavior, it's time for us to move on from it. It's time for us to let go of, once you've done the work, let go of the things of your past that are not resonating with you right now, that are not helping you through your lifestyle right now, and let them go. Period. That's where we are in this healing process. That's where we are in this episode. Let things go that are not for us. We've already done the work. And I'm not saying that that's where you are. I'm saying that once you've done the work, once we have all done the work, it's time to let things go. Is it easy? No, it's not. I am still in the process of letting something go. And my daughter said to me yesterday, Ma, okay, we know, but now you got to let it go. And I was like, you are so right. Like, she said, oh, and I was like, been a few months. She was like, Ma, let it go. That's it. It's something about my daughters. Like, when I told y'all they've been here before, they have been here before. So yeah, that is that. God shows me my truth, right? We have this relationship with our ego, and this is going to be a part of our healing process as well. The relationship you have with your ego, you need to identify with that as well. You need to identify that as well and be aware. Check your ego. And when I say that, Our ego can take control of us sometimes. And I think I'm thankful that I'm getting to a place where I can identify when it's my ego that's showing up and when it's my spirit really showing up. And sometimes my ego will get me in trouble. And I thank God and God will show you that. He will show you if you allow Him that your ego should not be in this right now. I don't care how big or how small it is. You have to you have to know that your ego is not always right. Understand that. Understand that it can cause you to be in a place where you're falling short. I'm probably going to edit that because I didn't like it. And that's fine too. That's fine too. Let me see. Okay, so I have questions. I have been getting questions from people, just sending me random questions, and I love this. So I ask that you guys please, I love it. Send me questions, anything that you want me to put on to air. I am open to doing that. I would love to hear from you. And this is coming from Sheeta from Morrow, Georgia. And I'm going to tell you why I love this. I'm first going to read this quote, right? This is going to be my quote of the day. And only because the first time I ever read it, it did something to me. This says, it's from Queen and Slim. I don't know if any of you ever seen the movie, but this is something that I live by. I'm not going to say I live by, but okay. Her question is, can you heal from the past? Can you heal from past relationships while you are in a new one? Whew. This can be tough, but I believe that you can. I believe that if the person is willing to be patient with you and you are willing to be patient with that person as well and to be open and communicate and to allow your guard to come down, I believe that you really truly can heal. Um, there has to be a lot of trust there, though. You have to be able to trust this person with your healing process, that they won't jump ship. And now, this is the thing, I don't hold anything against anybody. If you feel like you got to jump ship when you are, let me see something. Okay. If you feel like you have to jump ship because something is too toxic or is just not good for you, that is totally understandable. I could never tell somebody, you know, you need to stop. I mean, you need to keep going when you know this needs to be over and done with. So don't take me as saying this as you just stick in it. You know when it's worth sticking into. You know when it's worth being there for somebody while they're going through their healing. And if it is worth it, keep going. Because you don't know what may come out on the other side of that. Now, if you're being abused, if you're being neglected, if you're being any type of abuse or toxic stuff, baby, 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 run. Run and run quickly. Because I do believe that sometimes people have to heal by themselves and sometimes you have to leave so that they can heal. I do believe that. But again, if you believe truly deeply in your heart that is worth saying, do so. If you believe that you can heal while you're with this person, don't just do it because you have abandonment issues and those type of things. Stay because you know this is where you belong. That's what you feel right now. This is where you belong. And this person is patient with me. And I deserve a person that is patient with me as I go through my healing. And they deserve the love that I have on the other side of this healing. That's it. Right? So I have this thing that I always say. It's called it's but are you gonna kiss my scars though? And I was thinking about making that this I was thinking about making that a segment, and I probably will because I know it can go so much deeper than just this topic. But are you gonna kiss my scars though? Are you gonna be able to stand the rain? Can you stand the rain? Um, again, if it's worth saying, say. If that person needs just some time or you need just some time to go through some healing, then do that. I also believe that I'm not going to say that I believe this, but I'm beginning to believe this that what is for you is for you. And sometimes you do have to let something go. And it sounds cliche. Sometimes if you do love something, you have to let it go just to give it time. And if it's supposed to come back, then it will. That's it. If it's not, then it'll move on, right? But you have to let those things happen naturally. You can't force things to happen. So, Queen and Slim, I want a God to show me myself. I want him to love me so deeply that I'm not afraid to show how ugly I can be. I want him to show me scars I never knew I had, but I don't want him to make them go away. I want him to hold my hand while I nurse them myself. That is a bar. And I want him to cherish the bruises they leave behind. um, I love this quote, and I've always loved this quote now, and I want him to cherish the bruises they leave behind. It's also poetic, but I want to dig deeper into that part later. Um, this is flaws and all, just like Beyonce's song, flaws and all. I want I think we all want someone to see us at our naked truth because we can't hide forever. You can't hide that you're healing. You can't hide that you are healed. I put up something not too long ago that a person will show you truly who they are within 3 months if you allow that time. So why not just be honest and be real from the beginning? We have to stop trying to hide ourselves and hide everything because we're afraid that that person is going to run away. If that is the case, then they may not be for you, or you may really got some things that you need to work on. Period. And if that is the case, do what you got to do. But I, for sure, would love to be with someone who's going to kiss my scars. And my scars don't have to be so bad. And if I would have to do the same for a person, then I will, right? That doesn't mean, again, that doesn't mean you deal with abuse. That doesn't mean you deal with inconsistency. That doesn't mean that you lower your standards or you take the bare minimum. That means that we are all human and we all have stuff. And sometimes you have to be there to help a person with their stuff or to allow a person to nurse themselves back to health. Sometimes they need that support. A person may need that support. So I don't know if I tackled this the best way that I could, but again, I do believe that. I do believe that you can heal while with someone. Now, here's another thing. You can also be a reflection of the person you're with. I believe that we are all a reflection of the people that we experience in some type of way. How that shows up, I don't know. I don't feel that it's I okay. I don't feel, and I don't want to seem like I am contradicting myself. I don't feel that it's wise for two people that are both going through a lot of healing to try to do it together. Um, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I feel like if that is where you both are, then couple counseling is not the best way to go. Individual counseling and therapy is the best way to go. Individual work on yourself is where you need to go. And then you need to work that work. And that person needs to work that work as well so that we can come back together and we can experience what we've learned and then we can grow and become better people. So if a person is reflecting, if, if you are toxic and they're reflecting toxicity, then you need to work on yours and they need to work on theirs. But in a toxic spot, in abuse, we need to separate. We need to separate and we need to fix it. Whether it's one person or both of us, we need to separate and we need to fix it within ourselves. Okay? Um, there's a statement I talked about on one of the other episodes called Come to Me Healed. And I saw somebody put this up some time ago. Come to me healed. I think that is unfair because I believe that we all have a level of healing that we are going through. I don't think that any of us are perfect. Not even your strongest, your most admirable guru or person that you look up to. I believe that we are all still growing. We're all still elevating and becoming the best people that we could possibly be and becoming the best souls having this human experience. Because I do believe that what you learn here is going to transfer into. I believe that that our soul lives on. So you may go from this being to another being, and I believe that we learn and we grow and we get better every time. That is me. That is me. That is me. Everybody has their own opinion on that. But that's what I believe. I believe your soul lives on. Um, yeah. Anyway, how do you know when you are healed? Is another question that came from Sheeta. I spoke about this before, and you're healed. You really don't know that you're healed until it's tested. We talked about this. Until you're tested, you don't really know if you're healed or not. So, Sheeta from Morrow, Georgia, I used to live in that area. Thank you so much for being open and allowing me to speak on some advice. I hope I did you a great service. If you're with somebody right now, girl, and you are going through your healing process, keep going. Keep going. If they're going through their healing process, support that in the best way that you can. If they're open to it. If they are not, then you know what you need to do. Otherwise, keep going. You are becoming exactly who you are supposed to be. Keep pushing forward. Keep believing in yourself. And I know you got it, girl. So, I am going to go ahead and let you guys go because it's about that time for me to go pick my babies up and take my little queen to the beach because I need to let go of some stuff anyway. I need to purge some energy and I'm going to get in the water. I'm going to swim in the ocean today, honey. I'm going to swim in the ocean today. Um, Listen, I know y'all got used to this little bob, but I miss being bald headed. I miss being bald headed, girl. I am ready to be done with this thing. And I have been wearing this thing because I want to get my hair braided, but I don't know. I can't take it. I miss being blonde and I miss being short and letting the skin glow. Y'all might have to see her another time because we're about to be done with this. But anyway, guys, I love you all so, so very much. Thank you once again for tuning in. Please like, please subscribe, and please share. Guys, I am trying to grow this channel, and it is not going to grow without your help. It's going to grow. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to manifest that because I believe that it is spreading worldwide, and books and retreats and so many things and beautiful things are coming about from this. I know that they are because I'm working on a lot of things. But I am going to say this. I need you guys to share this. Please subscribe to the channel. Please leave your comments because I love to read them. Please go onto the Instagram page. Please go into the Facebook page at the Queen's Corner and participate. Talk to me. I want to hear from you. Please send me some questions because I want to do more of this. And I'm so appreciative of Sheeta. I'm so appreciative of you. So keep going, guys. Please keep being here. Let's do this together. I will talk to you guys later. I love you so very much and have an amazing day. Bye.